Hi, I am Brittany McKenzie, and I'm here today to tell you how to get into the medical field, what it's like in the medical field, and where you can go after. So, to start off, there's three main things that it takes to get into medical, and this goes for really any shop that you apply for. You have to maintain good grades, maintain good attendance, and you also have to have great participation. Once you're in medical, people say it's a lot of bookwork, and yes, there is bookwork, but there's also so much hands-on and clinical and different skills that you'll learn, such as drawing blood, doing an EKG, getting vital signs like blood pressure, temperatures. There's just so much. And then you learn the reception side of things, such as like telephone skills, insurance companies, all of that. But when it does come to the bookwork is actually extremely important because that's your anatomy, your terminology, your physiology, your biology. It's all of the body systems, how everything corresponds with one another. And it's very important. And for an example about how all the body systems correlate together, I bet you didn't know that your urine is actually your blood. Fun fact, that's why they can use your urine or your blood when you are having a drug test. Because your kidneys filter out your blood and they get rid of all the toxic stuff in your bloodstream, and whatever's left over is what's distributed throughout your urinary system. So that's why when you're sick and you're at the doctor's office, rather than have them draw your blood, sometimes they can just do a quick urine sample. They can see if there's an infection, if there's anything off with your kidneys. It just goes on and on and on. There's just so many different things throughout our body that connects with each other. It's phenomenal. And you reading about all of this at such a young age, you're getting knowledge that people in their 20s and their 30s are receiving at freshman ages. To give a little bit of background, when I was in medical, freshman year is just learning the basics, really. Your basic vital signs, your basic terminology, your basic anatomy and biology. Sophomore year, you pick up the pace a little bit, and then you get to go out on a clinical site, which is where a couple days out of the week you get to go and physically work with patients. I went to an adult daycare, and then my junior year for clinical, I went to a pediatric site, which actually offered me a job, a cooperative job. And for those who don't know what co-op is, it's where instead of being in shop that week, you get to physically go out of school and work and make money instead. So I was actually the first person in medical assistant to ever get a co-op job. So I worked at the pediatrics place for 15 months. And then when it came close to getting my certification, I actually withdrew from my site so that way I could come back and kind of review things, which glad I did. And then senior year, I got my certification. And then I graduated. So to give a little background on me, I graduated in 2019. I went to college for about 6 weeks, but it wasn't really my thing. So I decided to withdraw so that way I could go to nursing school at nighttime. So in the meantime, I started working at a cardiologist in October. I started off just as a medical assistant for one doctor. I would bring in her patients, do their intake, get their vital signs, all of that. I would do EKGs on them, all of the sorts. But now a year later, I've actually built with my company, and I am now not only the medical assistant, but I'm also the receptionist. I do Holter monitors, and I'm also assistant manager on some days. So now I'm just going to give you a little glimpse of my office so that way you guys can kind of see what goes on in each room and what kind of tests we do, what we do on a daily basis, and so on and so forth. This is our reception area. In the vascular laboratory, this is where we do ultrasounds to check out the carotid arteries and make sure there's no plaque buildup. And in here is the echo room, where we do ultrasounds of the heart to check the valves in the chambers. And here's our stress testing room, where we run stress tests to check out how the heart handles everything under stress. And down here is our doctor's rooms, where we do our examinations. And right here is our little mini lab, where we run our clinical labs, our rapid tests, such as rapid flu tests, strep tests, urine cultures, etc. And lastly, in here is our laboratory, where we draw blood and send out cultures for urine or stool guaiacs, etc. All right, class of 2024, I hope you stay safe and healthy this year. You have a good year, and I wish you all the best of luck.